Please take note of that. And I'd also like to recognize the MD of Adrian Homes. This is about the third time that we'll be meeting her, Mrs. Ajobo, representing our mommy, Olori Aderonke Emmanuel King. For me, the most beautiful African queen. Very beautiful, very elegant, a woman of character, a woman who builds her home. Because if she's not doing the right thing at home, Adrian Home will not be making progress. So the success of Adrian Home is from the home. And I'll use the opportunity to say happy birthday to the GMD. Who recently clocked 50 years. We saw the billboards everywhere. Everywhere is color lemon, even in Ogun State and all over the country. I would like to say that the youth of today are leaders of today. They are not leaders of tomorrow. Please, recently I was on a program, on a radio program, and I said it. If we keep saying the youth of today are leaders of tomorrow, we'll keep continuing to scam the youth. For me, that is a scam, and we need to put a hold on it. That statement is making a lot of youth feel relaxed. Shebi is still tomorrow that I'll be the leader. Shebi is still tomorrow that I'll be the leader. And that tomorrow we are talking about is today. And we must begin to empower and build youth that we can rely upon. I want to put it to us. Our leaders presently have done a lot of good jobs. And at this point, they should be relaxing and pushing out the youth to take leadership roles where they will sit down comfortably in advisory function, putting the youth around. Of course, wọ́n ní ọmọdé ò lè láṣọ títí kó ní àkísà bíi tàgbà. In English, that no matter the fanciful clothes, the number of clothes that you have as a youth, you cannot have enough rags as elders. So meaning that the elders have more experience than us, and they should be our go-to. Get me right? They should be our go-to whenever we need counsel. Now, if our go-to, we now refuse to leave the leadership role, and we are there just jostling for POS jobs, doing some other things, illegalities that the youth are not supposed to engage in, then how do we build the youth? These are things that have contributed to a lot of crimes, increase in crimes. When your youth are not doing something meaningful, then there is tendency for crime to keep increasing. Wọ́n ní ọwọ́ tó bá dilẹ̀ ní èṣù ń yálò. Some of our youth are not gainfully employed. Some of our youth are not being built morally. We have lost moral education. It's not until you work at FIRS or you work at NMPC or you are in House of Assembly before you can come and inch for yourself. Like today, during the first program we had today, something came up and I observed a business opportunity. They told us that we needed more rehabilitation centers and we can have private hands. That means your 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartment can be converted into rehabilitation. All you needed to do is to consult professionals on how to go about it, and before you know it, you are making money. But a lot of our youth are only exposed to thuggery. They are exposed to cultism, and these are things that are being sponsored by some of our elders in position of authority who wants to stay there and become Methuselah. To respect those who are doing well, there are elders who will contribute their best and vacate the same and allow the youth to work. That's why I will give it to PCRC for bringing up the youth committee and for bringing on the youth women committee. Now PCRC is training youths as leaders, and that is part of what you are seeing today. Power has been decentralized. We have geopolitical zone committees, we have state committees, women, and things are beginning to take a new shape. PCRC is building Nigerian youth to become leaders at their levels. And if we can support this, definitely in our communities, in our daily affairs, in our religious centers, in everywhere we find ourselves, you will see that Nigerian youth is the best in the world. Now, with all the challenges we are having, drug addiction, all these negative vibes, go to other countries. You see Nigerian youth making waves. in scenic climes where they have conducive environment to use their talent. Most of our youth have talent, but the problem is how to make good use of their talent. And let me take note before I round up. The talent of Taye is different from the talent of Kehinde. A lot of people are not realizing their potentials because they are doing copycats. A lot of people are not realizing their potential because Taye is doing pure water business and is making it. He also went to borrow loan to do pure water business. That is not how to go about it. You must first identify your talent. That is, conduct a SWOT analysis of yourself. What is SWOT analysis? SWOT. Identify your strengths. Once you identify your strengths, I'm telling you, sky will be your starting point. Identify your weakness. Everybody has got a weakness, things that we cannot control, that we need the elders to tell us how to control it. For instance, as a person, at a point in my life, I realized that my weakness is I get angry easily. And I needed to consult elders. I reasoned. I met somebody who told me I used to be like you. This was how I was able to overcome it. And today, I no longer get angry easily. Rather than get angry, I will just walk out and give peace a chance. And again, what are the threats? That is still in the SWOT analysis. What are the threats? Your threats, see them as just challenges. Don't see them as threats like that, so that you'll be able to overcome them. They are competitors. See them as people that will drive you to your greatness. For me, when people criticize me, I get very happy. You know why? If nobody talks about you, then you are nobody. Once they begin to talk about you, once they begin to say, is he the only person? It means that you are beginning to affect them. You are making an impact. See it as a positive thing, a constructive one. Work on it and grow from it. Then the last one, opportunities. Opportunities. Know how to identify and take opportunities. A lot of people are broke today because when they see opportunities, they don't know how to identify one. Opportunities abound. That's why when I meet people like my MD, I always look at what can I tap from this woman. She is here today. She's going to spend some few hours with us. We should be thinking as a youth committee, what can we tap from her? She represents Mommy Adron, and there might be something that we need, and we can say, Mommy, since you are here, help us push it to Mommy. The Southwest youth will be happy if we can start a scholarship or a support program on whatever areas that we feel is necessary in the society. That is how to identify opportunities. That is why when I go to events, when big people comes there, I will make sure that I enter them with my brain, take some pictures with them, and follow them up for business opportunities. Please, in life, don't ever see yourself as I too know. Always see yourself as taking every opportunity to learn every day, and I want to promise you, you will be the best for it. Today is your time to lead, and start the leadership from your homes. Train your children. Your leadership will show on how you are bringing up your children. If your children are dancing disco and that is the only thing they know how to do, it means you have failed in leadership. But if your children are able to affect your immediate neighbor positively, they can help, they can identify threats, and they are intelligent, it shows